Practice was great. First day of the week. The beginning of the install. So it's always gonna be a lot we can get better at. So we're just gonna come back later, watch the film, get ready for the walkthrough, so we can continue to go on with our progression.
Obviously, this rivalry is kind of a big deal historically, right? Like, has that come up at all, or is it kind of just focused on what the context of this game is in 2025? Like, how do you guys approach it this week?
We just approach it like another game, honestly, man. We obviously know it's a big game. We're not oblivious to that.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's about just going out there and playing the game we know how to play. That's it.
Coach Grubb said he had to learn about the Tennessee rivalry. He didn't really. Or he thought that Georgia was the rival. How was your process of kind of learning the rivalries when you came here, and who kind of took you in and explained all that to you?
I don't really care too much about all the rivalries and all that type of stuff. I just care about playing the game, and whoever's next is on our schedule. That's who is on our schedule. So, I've been a part of a lot of rivalry games, and it's obviously it's a fun thing, but it's another football game. That's it.
When you think about the gauntlet of an SEC schedule that you guys are facing, I think this is 4 straight, top 15 games. Is that just life at Alabama? Is that kind of what you expect, or what is that like as a player?
Yeah, that's what you come to Alabama for, to play against the top talent each and every week, and just to be able to showcase the abilities that you have. And we have very tough teams that we're going to play against, and each and every one of us are going to be able to go out there and be able to, like I said, showcase the talents that each and every one of us have.
The last couple of games, y'all have had some drives that have stalled in the red zone or in opponent territory. Just kind of what gets challenging when you're in plus territory, and then what do you have to do better in that area?
The field gets shorter. It's less to defend, so it's more part of the execution part. It takes one little slip up for a play to go wrong. So just honing in on the details and being more detail oriented during practice. That's going to be able to help us fix our mistakes in the red zone.
Has Alabama pitched you to come here as a transfer? Were rivalries a part of that? This is what life will be like at Alabama? Did they mention Alabama, Tennessee through that process, or Auburn, or whatever, or LSU, or whatever the rivalries are?
Nah. I feel like you already know that. As a college football player, knowing growing up watching Alabama, growing up watching different SEC teams. So I feel like that's just something that you already know and that you're going to be a part of.
What have you seen out of Tennessee's defense?
Tennessee has they have a really good defense. Overall, they have good guys in the secondary. They have great guys up front. It's going to be a challenge for us, just like every other week is for us. So we're ready for it. We just got to continue to prepare and worry about us and play our game.
What does it say about a young player like a Lotsir Brooks that's able to step up and have the game that he had last week versus Missouri, with you and Ryan not really, doing what y'all normally do, and y'all still able to get production at the receiver room? What does that just say about your group as a whole?
It just goes to show that it's just not we don't have 1 or 2 receivers. We have a room full of receivers that can go out there and make plays. You know what I mean? So I'm really proud of him, and I'm excited for his growth and development, and he's going to be really big for us throughout this home stretch of the season. Ball field.
How good can he be?
There's no limit, honestly, man. That guy, he has all the God-gifted abilities, man, and he's just going to get better each and every year. So I'm excited to see his growth.
What is Coach Shep like during a game, kind of in the way he communicates with you all as the game goes along?
It's tough love. He has a standard for us, and we're not playing up to the standard. He's going to let us have it. Obviously, people have seen that on Saturday, during the game, and we get that from him every day. So it's not nothing new to us, and we just know we have to play better, execute better. That's all.
Speaking of the standard, Todd Simpson, he obviously showed some noticeable frustration on some of those drives that were stalled. What does that just say about him from a leadership standpoint, to want to get the small things right and want to have flawless execution on offense?
Yeah, it's just like you said, it goes to show his leadership and how much he cares for the game, and how much he knows that we are better than what we're putting on the field, and you know, not being able to execute, you know, during those drives, man, it really sucks because, you know, like I said, one little slip up messes up the whole play, and he just knows that, you know, each and every one of us is better than, you know, what we were doing, you know, on those drives we didn't execute the right way. So I mean, the frustration is very valid.
Yeah, and what are you guys doing in practice? You know, not leave money on the table. That's sort of what Coach Grubb referred to yesterday in the press conference. Leaving a lot of money on the table. How do you guys, you know, collect this week versus Tennessee?
Just do the same thing we do each and every week. You know, come to work each and every day. You know, increase our workload during practice. You know, as a leader, you know what I'm saying, you got to set the bar each and every week. So just coming in and setting the bar high, and, you know, allowing the other guys to follow along and pushing the other guys. That's it.
We ask a lot about Ty, obviously. What have you seen from Austin and Keelan? Like, how have they grown over the course of last year?
Yeah, they just, you know, taking time to really learn and understand. You know, being a backup, like from my opinion, it helps you grow tremendously. Like when I was at Washington and when I was at Michigan State, you know, just watching the older guys, it helped me develop mentally, you know what I mean, and, you know, asking questions and whatnot, and asking and seeing what they're doing on the field. So, you know, whenever I do get that opportunity, then I'm able to execute. So just seeing those guys, you know, take notes from Ty and learn as much as possible, and just the continuous work that they put in, you know, off the field, and, you know, the work that nobody really sees.
Well, that's kind of the path that Ty took. Do you see, like, a quarterback who's a little bit more empathetic because she's like, I was a backup for years, and I played through your shoes. Like, do you see that, like, interaction? Like, I've been there, this is how you can, I guess, best approach this time as a backup.
Yeah, I mean, they have a really good connection, man, and it's really special to see a quarterback room like that. You know, each and every one of them, you know, loving on each other, supporting each other, and you know, helping each other through the tough times. So.
Caden said that